You know that feeling? The smell of fresh rain, the sound of it tapping on your window? It's easy to think of it as the purest water you can get, delivered right from the sky. But is it really? Well, let's pull back the curtain and find out what's actually in that rainwater.
So that gets us to the million-dollar question. Can you just stick a bucket outside during a downpour and drink what you catch? Seems like it should be a simple yes or no. But believe me, the answer is way more complicated than you'd think. To really understand why, we've got to start our journey way up in the clouds.
Okay, so first things first, let's get one thing straight. Even the cleanest, most pristine rainwater you could possibly find, say, in the middle of the Amazon rainforest, isn't perfectly pure. Nature has its own little recipe that it follows every time, and it adds a little something to the mix.
And here's that recipe. It's surprisingly simple chemistry. As water falls, each little raindrop basically grabs onto some of the carbon dioxide or CO2 that's just naturally floating around in our atmosphere. When the H2O and CO2 get together, they form a very weak carbonic acid. Now, don't let the word acid scare you. This isn't pollution. It's just what happens, naturally all over the world every single day.
This whole process gives normal, clean rainwater a typical pH of about 5.6. So here's the first major takeaway. All rain is naturally a little bit acidic. But what in the world does a pH of 5.6 actually mean? To get that, we need a super quick refresher on the pH scale.
All right, remember this from science class. The pH scale goes from 0 to 14. 7, right in the middle, is perfectly neutral. That's your pure water. Anything below 7 is acidic, and anything above it is alkaline. So with rainwater coming in at 5.6, it lands it firmly but just slightly on the acidic side.
This chart really puts it into perspective. See neutral water there at a perfect 7? Then you've got our normal rain at 5.6, a little acidic but totally natural. But look at that third bar. Once the pH drops below 5.0, we're officially in acid rain territory. And that's when things get pretty bad.
So we've established that all rain is a bit acidic. What then is the difference between that natural rainwater and the harmful stuff we call acid rain? The answer, in a word, is pollution. Here is the absolute key difference. Normal rain gets its mild acidity from natural CO2. Acid rain, on the other hand, is a whole different beast. It's made when industrial pollutants, nasty stuff like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides from burning fossil fuels, mix with the water in the air. The result isn't a weak natural acid. It's a much stronger corrosive acid that can wipe out fish in lakes, devastate forests, and even dissolve stone buildings. But let's say you live in an area with perfectly clean air, no acid rain. You might be thinking, great, I'm good to go then, right?